Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and this is the sort of thing that, when it happens, I feel requires everyone's full attention, because this situation is the exact reason why so many content creators like myself refuse to disclose personal information. It's out of fear that some nutcase might show up and try to do the same thing that has happened to Dr. Disrespect over the course of the past year. Love him or hate him, there is no denying that Dr. Disrespect, a popular Twitch streamer, has made his mark on that platform. Streaming to tens of thousands of people per day, he pulls in the sort of numbers that most channels can only dream of. Unfortunately, that popularity comes at a price. As I do have very strong feelings in regards to topics such as these, I will do my best to provide everyone with the facts first, and then I will offer up my take on things afterwards. Links to any sources used will be in the description down below. So here's what we know. We know that Dr. Disrespect, like many online personalities, is not unaccustomed to dealing with those that despise him. However, he has had to deal with more than most. In March of this year, Dr. Disrespect was in fact swatted. For those of you who are not aware of what swatting is, it is when someone makes a call to the online personality's local police department and makes a falsified report in order to attempt to elicit a response to the online personality's home. This is exceedingly dangerous, and it resulted in an innocent man's death in December of last year when a man was shot by police in an incident of swatting that was done over a $1.50 Call of Duty bet churned argument. Thankfully, Dr. Disrespect and his wife and child were not harmed in the swatting incident, but they have now been forced to deal with something that is also potentially lethal and how dangerous it is. So here are the few facts that have been verified. Yesterday at around 11 a.m. Pacific, Dr. Disrespect ended his stream of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 when a loud noise was heard off camera. That loud noise was from a BB gun being fired into an upstairs window, and I'll go ahead and play the two relevant clips for you now.
Oh, man! I'm just not finishing. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta fucking end the, I've got to end the broadcast right now. Someone shot at our house, broke the fucking upstairs window. This is the second shot. Someone shot yesterday at our fucking house. And someone shot again right now and connected with the house upstairs, right? You're driving by, right? You fuck.
We also know that this was verified by the publication's PC Gamer and Julia Alexander from Polygon, that a police report was filed, and this was the second time in as many days that this has happened. Dr. Disrespect also later posted on Twitter that he and his family were safe and unharmed, and that streaming would resume as normal today, and I can verify at the time of this recording that Dr. Disrespect's stream was in fact live earlier today. And that is the basic gist of the facts at hand, and I wanted to take a few moments to discuss with everyone the genuine dangers that situations like these pose. I know that for the most part I will be preaching to the choir on this, but my hopes are that possibly, maybe, by some miracle, this video or this information reaches the ears of the people doing this or someone that knows who they are. First, let me start by saying that a certain amount of animosity, non-violent animosity, is to be expected when your work is in the public eye. Whether you're a YouTube content creator or a Twitch streamer or a shoutcaster or anything involving putting yourself out there on the internet, you have to come to grips with the fact that there will be people out there that despise literally everything there is about you. They might hate your face, they might hate your voice, they might despise your opinion or your religion or your political leanings. They might hate you based on your gender or the color of your skin. It doesn't matter the reason, there will always be people out there that absolutely despise you. And if you cannot come to grips with that, then this probably isn't the right line of work for you. There's nothing wrong with that if you can't. Sometimes it's better to recognize that early than to be one of those YouTubers that cracked under the pressure. Dr. Disrespect knows this just as well as the rest of us do, and he is extremely successful, so I'm sure he's found his own methods of dealing with it when those situations arise. But that is just in regards to voices on the internet. This is much more personal. It is a real-world physical danger. He was swatted earlier this year, mere months after an innocent man lost his life because of a similar swatting incident. Firing a weapon at someone's house is every bit as infuriating as it is terrifying. I know that some people will say it was just a BB gun, who cares? BB guns are still very lethal even if fired through a window. Take this, I'm going to throw this up on the screen for you guys. This is a report from June 8th of last year where a 15-year-old Marcos Garcia lost his life due to an accident with a BB gun. If you think they're not dangerous, then you are lying to yourself. Also, you have to remember that it's not just Dr. Disrespect in that house. It is his wife and his daughter that, from what I gathered, is between 3 and 4 years old. What if that BB had hit her? What then? It disgusts me that these walking piles of tuberculotic sputum endanger people's lives like this, and for who? For what? A prank? Because you don't like the guy or his streams? It's sad and pathetic if you ask me. Not to mention small-minded and supremely arrogant without even a single thought towards the consequences of their actions. YouTubers and Twitch streamers alike hide their personal information in a variety of ways. Pseudonyms, false names, aliases, VPNs, all of that is employed. Me, I don't go by my real name. Hell, when I respond to emails, it gives you a name, but that's not my name. I also use a VPN, so if you look my IP address up, it would either come from San Francisco or Seattle, depending on which of my 2 VPNs I'm using that day. Either of those cities puts you hundreds of miles from my actual physical location. I don't even have a P.O. box for fans to send me things at. Hell, I can count on one hand the number of people on the internet that knows my actual name and what town I live in, because those people are my friends and I trust them. But this is the reason for all of that. It is a huge hassle to have to go through simply because there are people like this out in the world that will show up unannounced or uninvited, crazies that will show up with a weapon, psychos that will literally try and kill you. And all because you were a face or a voice on the internet. Now, I watched Dr. Disrespect when he came back to announce he was shutting the stream down. I saw his brain flip the switch between calm and outrage as it processed the fact that not only him but his family were placed in danger for the 2nd day in a row. This sort of thing is inexcusable, and while I personally don't care for Dr. Disrespect or some of the actions he's taken in the past, I would never be so monstrous as to wish harm upon either him or his family. Quite the opposite, in fact. So I would ask everyone to please share this video around. I hope that it reaches the ears of someone that knows the person or people that have been doing this. If so, please come forward and report them to the police. They've endangered not just other people's lives, but the life of a little girl. An innocent that is being placed in mortal danger because of these people. No matter what their excuse is, it will never be good enough to justify their actions, and they do need to suffer the consequences of those actions. Because in all honesty, what this is basically attempted murder. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. I'll see you next time.